This is Josh Hart of JTH Boxing. Today I'm here in Warsaw and I'm joined by the European middleweight champion Tyler Denny. Tyler, first of all, how are you doing today?
All good, man, all good. Thanks for having me.
Obviously, last time we spoke, it was back at the beginning of the year. I think you either just vacated the English or you were still the English champion. Obviously, when we look at the fairy tale story, it just continues. You continue to defy the odds. You now hold the European title. Obviously, back in May, you won, was it the EEU title? Now you've got the EBU European title. Just what a year that you've had. It's been a great year for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've had a great year, to be fair. Brad Paul's, and that was meant to be a really tough fight, and I thought I won. It wasn't an easy fight, but I won comfortably on the scorecard, so it was still a competitive fight. McGowan, I probably wasn't at my best, but got the win. Now I've had to wait a bit, really. But the whole point of the McGowan fight, I fought for that EEU one, is to try and get my hands on this belt, so it's all worked out well.
So we'll start off by talking about back in February when you. I think I'd interviewed you after the Brad Paul fight, so I'll actually talk about May in Birmingham. Obviously, that was almost a sort of homecoming night for yourself. You were quite high up on the card. The ring walk, it never fails to disappoint. I have to say, when I was there that night, that ring walk, I was very impressed by it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was just a good night. Obviously, a very close fight, but a fight ultimately you came out on top. It was just one of those ones where it just positioned you nicely for the fight that you had just recently.
Yeah, and it was a tough fight, man. But I just felt like I needed a break after that. That's why I've waited from May till November, because I thought November, February and May, and they all went the distance as well, so it was tough fights as well. Brad Ray was in the November, Brad Paul's, then McGowan, so I've earned my stripes, I think, to get the chance to fight for the title. I was trying to get the British title, it just wouldn't happen, but obviously Naif's won it now as well, so that's a bit more awkward, but I'm not really interested in it, to be fair. I just wanted to progress from the English, and I got the European, so over the moon.
Obviously, when you look at your story so far, it's been one of those where at times when you look like it might not happen for you, you've gone and just flipped the script, you kind of ripped up all the odds. You know, Boxer put you in there, Brad Ray, thinking that Brad Ray was going to have his coming out party. It was in Manchester, you were in away territory, and you still defended it there. It's just you've kind of had a bit of a magical career, haven't you, so far? And it's not even anywhere close to being done either, is it?
I hope not. Anyway, I feel like I'm just getting started. Potentially, there's massive fights to happen as well. Look at some of the names in the middleweight division. I've got the European now, so it's either defend that or go for world titles. That's the only options now, really. And if you'd have said that to me 2 years ago, either defending European titles or fighting for worlds, I wouldn't have believed you. So I never really set any expectations, really. Either I just want to win my next fight, and this is where it's got me to.
Is that kind of the mindset that you just take going, like, just throughout your whole career, it's just fight by fight, you don't set ridiculous goals? Because sometimes when you set a goal like that, it puts a little bit too much pressure on yourself, whereas if you just take it fight by fight, and ultimately just enjoy it. At the end of the day, no matter where you are in your career, you're an athlete, you're a professional athlete, you get to do something you enjoy for a living. So for you, is it just fight by fight and just enjoy the ride? Yeah,
of course, and I think it's easier goals when them short term as well. You can get kind of, if them like miles away or something, it's hard to keep looking at. But when short term, you got to keep active. You got to keep looking for that goal straight away because it's coming forward like sooner rather than later. So this is where it's got me to. Like I said, I kept asking for the British title shots. I couldn't really do much more. I beat like so many unbeaten lads and stuff, and good lads as well, good fighters, and I wouldn't get it. So it was frustrating, but I'd do it all over again if I knew I was going to get the European title at the end of it.
And you know, when you sit there and you say, you know, world titles in the future, does it almost feel like it's almost not real at first? You know, when you sit there, you know, you're thinking this could be happening, and world titles could be around the corner almost for yourself.
Yeah, well, I've got to be in the conversations now. As long as you're in, go wait for the rankings to come out. But if you're in the top 15 of the rankings, you could get picked for voluntary. So I've put myself in that position. Obviously, I'm not knocking on doors yet to force it like a mandatory or something, but who knows, man, a couple of fights down the line and you could see, or you could get it beforehand, like say voluntary, or keep defending that European, keep winning, and we'll see where we get to.
And where would that dream, let's say you were to get a world title shot and you had to have a dream venue for it, where would you like that fight to take place?
Saudi Arabia, man, get me that cash, I'm telling you. I'll be straight. Short career, innit? I'm 32 now, so who knows how long you got left.
Take that easy money.
Yeah, not about easy money, depending on you're fighting, but get what you can while you can, because you never know when your last fight's here, man.
I think regardless, if you're fighting in Saudi Arabia, I'm sure you'll be getting paid a lot. Let's just talk obviously why we're here today. We're here to celebrate BCB and all the fighters who have had success lately. Obviously, I think the biggest story has obviously been Nathan Heaney winning that British title, a fight where he was a massive underdog. I think at one point on the fight day he was a 9-1 underdog, but he's pulled it off. He's got those titles. And just like looking around, these are people that you've like you've been saying up there, you've sparred many rounds with him. How proud are you just of all the boys in general for picking up titles this year? And I'd say it's been a very, very big year for BCB, hasn't it?
It's been massive for BCB, and it's about time I think we got the recognition. I was so buzzing for Nathan though, because obviously he was a big underdog. The bookies would tell you that. But we sparred a few times but we had the same camp really because we were saying the same date. So sparred a few times, and I asked like, "You're going to spar me?" Because I'm a southpaw. I thought nothing like Bentley. He's like, "Oh, 'cause you're a bit awkward," and Bentley's awkward, and so whatever they had planned in their head, it worked. Do you know what I mean? So Steve and Nathan, well done to him, man. And he deserves the headlines. He deserves it, man, and he's got a massive fan base. My fan base is picking up now. Wolverhampton was great, man. So keep building and see where I'll get to as well myself.
Let's talk about Wolverhampton. We've not actually fully gone into that yet. Obviously, headline on Sky Sports. I'm sure it's another little thing, when you retire and look back on your career, because it headlined on probably the biggest sports channel in the UK. Just what was that whole experience like? Obviously, forgetting just the crowd and where you were, just being able to headline on Sky Sports, that's a big thing in itself, isn't it, before we even get into that crowd that you had on the night?
Yes, man. I never realised I was headlining until Adam, as him, told me on the press conference. So I think you headline. I said, well, obviously, I'd done the most tickets, so I could see why to keep people there and stuff. But it's a day I'll never forget. I've said it before. It's the best day of my life, man. Fighting for a European, headlining on Sky Sports in Wolverhampton, everyone there cheering your name, and you get the win. You don't get no better than that, really.
Obviously, I know people always say just win. A win's a win, but it was also a fight which you won inside the distance. Was it just a bit of relief maybe getting an inside distance win, or for you that night was it just win by any means possible?
Yeah, it's win by any means possible, but if I was being a bit greedy, I'd like for him to carry on, come back out. Cause I felt like he was getting tired and had loads left. You know what I mean? I think I timed it right. My camp went perfectly. I think I learned a lot from the McGowan camp where I felt flat and a bit tired, and I got this one to a T, and I wanted to give him a bit more punishment. I think before he got waved off, but I'll take what I can. European champion, I'm not complaining.
So finally, just a message to all the people who've come out and supported you in all your fights this year, and also what can they expect over the next 12 months for yourself?
Massive thank you, man. It's mad. It's blown my mind the amount of support I've had, and I never had enough tickets to give people last time, so I can do more. Whether I get more from the next fight is another thing, I don't know, but hopefully should be out early next year. So I have to watch what I'm doing over Christmas, I think. Still enjoy it a bit, but not too much, and get back out, defend that title.
Tyler, thank you very much for your time. Obviously, I remember when I first started my channel, you were one of the first people that gave me some time, and now here we are, European champion, and just, congratulations. Enjoy your Christmas as well. Thank you. Nice one, Tyler. Nice one, man. Ooh.